We're unlocking the secrets as we take you inside the making of King Kong 360 3D.
It is the original King Kong movie from 1933 that made me want to become a filmmaker. I saw that film on television when I was about 9 or 10 years old, and it was such a revelation to me that a movie could inspire, could fill me with a sense of adventure, a love of fantasy, to such a profound effect that I literally wanted to become a filmmaker from the moment I saw the movie. And not only a filmmaker, I wanted to make movies like King Kong. Giant gorillas, dinosaurs, lost islands. It's got every imaginative, wonderfully exciting type of fantastical film storytelling that I could imagine.
Since bursting onto the big screen in 1933, King Kong has become one of the most powerful and enduring icons in cinematic history. His legacy expands over 7 decades, transcending the medium and elevating the colossal giant into a pop culture phenomenon. Keeping that legend alive, Universal Studios Hollywood has maintained a constant home for the beloved beast. Since his dramatic debut in 1986, the 30-foot-tall, 7-ton animatronic Kong quickly became a much-loved fixture on the Universal backlot, terrifying millions of studio tour guests for over 20 years.
Well, over the years, I visited Universal as a tourist, and then more recently, when we were working on our movie, and so I got to experience the old Kong attraction, so I was quite familiar with it.
That attraction, for its time, was pretty groundbreaking.
Employing the most complex animatronics and special effects of their time, Universal ride creators helped raise the bar in the world of theme park design. The banana breath-scented gorilla was an innovative marvel and truly a fan favorite, until...
But today, Universal Studios, a sprawling Hollywood movie and tourist icon, was swept by a massive fire that
destroyed the popular King Kong attraction.
Immediately after the fire, we began looking into how to bring Kong back to Universal. It's many years later, it's time to reimagine Kong in a different way. It's time to bring him to the public in a way that's never been done.
Answering that call, King Kong has risen from the ashes of the devastating backlot fire as Universal ride creators raise the bar once again in creating the next generation theme park experience.
The old King Kong experience that we had on the lot was very much a different experience. In this version, we've got a really up-to-date story to tell with King Kong, and the technology has come such a huge distance. Now we can tell that story in a way we've never been able to tell it before. Kong can move fast, he can move around us, he can move in a quick and natural way that surpasses just about anything we can do with sets and robotics, even today.
Seizing the opportunity to develop the most immersive and technologically advanced theme park experience, Universal continues their tradition of collaborating with Hollywood's leading filmmakers.
We reached out to Peter Jackson and on a video conference, and the conversation went something like, we got this idea to do an attraction, and boom, he was gone. He just started going with it and had already formulated ideas like he'd been thinking about it for years. It was almost like he already had it in his head.
It was certainly a surprise when the phone call came asking me to be involved, I must say. A surprise and a thrill, because, hey, I get to spend a little bit more time with my best buddy, King Kong.
Peter is sort of the ultimate guardian of Kong. He's always loved the 1933 version. He dreamed about it as a child, was able to bring it to life with modern technology, and it was such a natural to take it the next step and bring it into an experience that we could share with our guests.
I thought it would be cool if there'd be some possibility of updating the Kong attraction to basically follow along the lines of the movie that we made.
Under the guidance of cinematic genius Peter Jackson, the Universal creative team began the monumental task of bringing King Kong back to life and more real than ever at Universal Studios Hollywood in King Kong 360 3D. Coming this summer to Universal Studios Hollywood.